August 25th, 2026. Um, I'd like if everybody can please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance. Construction updates.
This thing's working. All right. All right. The IS unfortunately didn't make the first day of school. RA Glancy continues to just complete the work, and really the second and first floors look really good, but there's a couple lingering items that are incomplete, and the stairwell is incomplete. So we were unable to get occupancy on those floors for the first day. But Dr. Miller worked with the principal, and you guys are able to start in the existing building. The plan is to get those floors done and the stairwell, safe passage for egress. Honestly, in the next 3 weeks is the goal. Then work with the township and get a occupancy for those 2 floors. The ground floor work continues, but we probably anticipate the ground floor won't be ready till late September, early October. The masonry is complete. They just really finished within the last handful of days, got the scaffold down and removed off the site. These pictures are a few days old. The window installation continues in those areas where the brick was recently completed. Couple shots from the finished. I'm guessing that's the second floor. So it looks nice and ready to go. There's a couple minor things we're waiting for on those floors, but the biggest thing was the egress stairwell, to have a second means of egress. A couple more shots. It's the WOW room on the left and just the corridor, or maybe the second floor. So that's the condition of the ground floor. So the flooring has to be installed and a lot of ceramic tile yet down there. But ceiling tiles going in, the lockers are in. The classrooms are moving ahead. I believe the flooring contractor has started. Did they start down there? I don't think so. So the life safety systems are operational. So the fire alarm system does work on all 3 floors, and it's tied into the main system of the existing building. And the sprinkler system is full of water and also active. So those 2 life safety features were done and ready to go as of last week. So that's really the IS. Hopefully by the time I speak to you in late September, I have some better news about occupancy. The bus depot facility, contractors battling the weather and rain, but still continues work. The main activities happening over there really are the bulk excavation and fill activities for the bus parking lot. These 2 pictures, the rock that's there on the left was processed by that machine on the right. So they encountered a lot of rock during excavation and processed it down to smaller chunks, essentially, that they can use in the fill activities. This is a couple pictures of the building pad that they were getting down to rock and weathered rock elevation. So the next activity there is to start to fill with the 2A material to bring it back up to grade. And then the activities with the change orders that I'll be mentioning here shortly.
Water line, if you mentioned water line.
Yeah, go ahead.
to the bus garage and the water vault, so they will have water available when they start the building construction for the masonry. And I would like to say, I'd like to really commend the water company for working very quickly to get that water line installed across the road and everything restored, completely repaved before the buses started rolling tomorrow. So they worked very quickly and efficiently.
They also have continued the sanitary sewer line. I don't have any pictures of that, but that work has continued as well. The new elementary school, kind of similar scenario, a lot of site work still happening. The main activities are sediment basin construction, and then the bulk excavation, cut and fill for the building pad, and the APR removal, which is the acid producing rock. So this is kind of just an action shot of that, excavating that material and putting it on a truck and moving it and getting it out of here. This is a picture of the bulk fill. So you can see on the right, the fill material going in and that dozer pushing it. That is the southern part of the building footprint. So that essentially comes up, and where the truck is goes down. So they'll meet in the middle to create your building pad. This picture is at this point 3 weeks old. So the fill has substantially come up higher than what that picture shows to date. The next step and a huge activity is to mobilize the deep foundation contractor. For the caissons, he's scheduled to hit the site September 10th. And then as well as the concrete foundation subcontractor the same week to start in the area D of the building, where there's just spread footings, where there's no caisson. So they'll have 2 subcontractors on site starting the foundations and after Labor Day. That's the progress for the 3 projects to date. Any questions related to any of the progress?
I just have one question, just curiosity. I see those big mounds of dirt on the hillside as you're coming up on Old Oak Road, as you're looking over to the elementary school site. Those huge mounds of dirt, is that fill that was created by leveling off where the buses used to be, or that's all APR?
Yeah, that's probably APR piles. They started.
That's a lot of dirt.
It is a lot of dirt. There's 20,600 cubic yards of APR material that has to be hauled off site.
And so where's the fill coming from that you mentioned here that
Still the same site. There's areas that are not APR that is good material to fill your building.
Thank you.
There's some change orders on the agenda tonight. I can run over those as well. For the intermediate school, Merit Electric change orders. The 2 items on their change order are an additional intercom and door release for the first floor side door to support the student services department. The other item for Merit is 3 additional exterior speakers. So you have consistent exterior sound around your whole existing building. The other change orders on the agenda are for the bus garage. DeMarco Construction has 2 of them. The first change order has 3 items. Those 3 items include an unforeseen issue of water seeps that needed addressed while they do the work for the sanitary sewer line. And really there's a detail in the drawings that they implemented just to basically keep the flow of water consistent as they do the work underneath or over those seep streams. When the work's done for the sanitary sewer line, they will restore those areas back to their natural habitat with like a channel and remove the pipe. The second item is to increase the heights of 2 garage doors for the buses. When they pull into the garage onto the lifts, there was a conflict that the roof of the bus could hit the top of the garage door, so those openings had to be increased in height. So that's that item for the 2 doors that have the lift gates. The third item is the roof truss design needed modified. There was an oversight on the lifts inside the building when they're at full extension. There was a chance the roof of the bus could hit the lower truss. So the truss had to be raised, and there was a modification to the design for the truss. Change order 2, 2 items on that change order, but they're both for the same issue. There was an unforeseen issue of underground water seepage from the rock in the building footprint when the building got excavated. The design team looked at the issue and issued a response in the design to have lean fill underneath the foundations down to bearing rock, and also they call it a mat layer of larger rock with underdrain piping and geotextile fabric to help divert the water out and away from underneath the building footprint. So those are the change orders on the agenda tonight. If there's any questions from any of the board or administration?
I just have one follow-up question, and this is for Dr. Miller. Dr. Miller, but for the public that's listening, are you able to just quickly, briefly express why those speakers are necessary?
Certainly. In the original construction of the building, not the addition, but of the building, there was not speakers on the outside, specifically playground, loading dock, and front of building. And we want to make sure that should there be an emergency where all students are asked to go outside, that we're able to communicate with them either from a remote location or from inside the building, what measures they need to take in order to keep themselves safe, or if in their best interest, it's for them to return into the building. We don't have a way to speak to all students and faculty, especially if they move to outside areas. So this is something that probably wasn't needed when the building was designed and built, the original. But we believe that this is a time for us to upgrade and make sure that we have that capability.
Great, thank you.
Certainly.
Any other questions? Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
There are 3 consent agenda items. Any questions, comments on consent agenda? I have a motion to approve 1 through 3 in consent agenda.
So moved.
Moved by Joe. Second by Mike. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And we don't have anybody speaking today. No old or new business. Dr. Miller, your monthly report.
Absolutely. Very briefly, we welcomed faculty and staff last Thursday. We carried out a Ted Lasso theme that was also focused on the concept of mattering. Mattering is grounded in the research of Jennifer Wallace, and it embraces 4 components of our relationships with our students and colleagues, meaning that they are seen, valued, supported, and needed. So that will be a through line in our focus this coming school year. We also welcomed our K-5 Lions and their families for Meet the Teacher yesterday. It was well attended and always an enjoyable day. We will also be joined by 3,455 Lions on our campus tomorrow for the first day of school. We're looking forward to a great year. And lastly, we'll be hosting our senior night this Friday. We'll not only recognize recognize our fall senior athletes and band students, but we will also be recognizing or we'll be honoring our senior citizens. Those with a gold card can come for a spaghetti dinner that we'll host here at the Commons. So very excited about New Year and New Start tomorrow. And speaking of new starts, I have the absolute pleasure of sitting next to Ashley Fleming. Ashley is a senior and she was selected to be our board representative by student government and a group of her peers. When I look at her resume, I'm in awe between her AP courses and honors courses, musical assistant stage manager. She's been part of student government in leadership positions. Co-president of SF Reads, has been in soccer, marching band. Most recently, I asked for 4 volunteers and Mrs. Carranza had Ashley and 3 of her peers. They were able to stand up at the very beginning of our opening on Thursday and speak to the entire faculty and staff. And what poise Ashley had as she spoke to everyone. I was so impressed. National Honors Society member, German club. But probably what I loved reading the most about her before that we really got to know each other at the end of last year, Mrs. Megan Hackworth wrote her a letter of recommendation and just a few comments that Ashley has the rare combination of intellectual rigor, social emotional intelligence, and maturity required for this important position. And she unfailingly is polite, hardworking, and personable. So I am so excited that she is here for the year, sitting beside me, and she'll be giving us our monthly update as to what's happening on campus. So Ashley, on behalf of the board and the administrators here, welcome to our school board. There you go. You can give your report.
I have a question, Ashley.
Yes.
Is your summer homework done?
Yes.
Go good. So you don't have to leave early tonight to finish it up.
Yeah, I did it this morning. So thank you so much for welcoming me. For the August report, I'll start with, we had popsicles with the principals at the elementary school to just let the students meet the principals. We offered a variety of camps over the summer for students, including art camp, boxing camp, and STEAM camp. 14 South Fayette students went over to Italy this summer to perform for PIPA, which is the Pittsburgh Youth Philharmonic Orchestra. South Fayette High School was ranked in the top for best high schools, 5% in Pittsburgh, 2.5% in PA, and 3.6% nationally. The Little Green Machine wrapped up their band camp and performed their preview show at Chartiers Valley. The new phone and attendance policies were shared to the students, staff, and parents for the upcoming school year. Like Dr. Miller said, we welcomed the faculty and staff back on Thursday last week. The middle school had new student orientation on Tuesday, August 18th, and the high school did the same for their new students and grade 9 students Thursday, August 20th. Meet the teachers for the elementary school was yesterday. And of course, tomorrow is the first day of school. Friday is the first football game with senior night, and senior sunrise is Friday morning.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley, and welcome. All right. Business office, we had an item last week and nothing new today. Personnel, there were a few items that we approved last week, and there are 5 new items for today. Could you help me with that, Dr. Miller?
Of course. Under personnel, recommendation for hiring for the following positions. Nick Snyder, Assistant Director of Technology. He was previously our help desk manager. Gabriella Legister, Elementary Building Substitute. Jennifer Hill, Elementary School Student Monitor. Lisa Petroselli, Middle School Paraeducator. Hannah Potts, Bus Aide. Also bus aides, Anna Kuss, Sharon Parks, Jennifer Grenwald, and Miriam Lester. Those are all current employees in the district in either food service or currently paraeducators. Item 2 is leaves of absence for Larry Miles and Ariel Morris Holtz. I would make a correction on Ariel's request. It would be March 1st, 2027. Item 3, resignations, Jolie Nangle as an elementary school paraeducator, Jared Knox as assistant boys basketball coach. Item 4 is recommendations for the following coaches to be hired: Skylar Aiken, assistant girls basketball coach, Jared Knox, assistant girls basketball coach. And at this time, we do not have a number 5. That is still a placeholder. Am I correct? So we do have it. I don't have it on mine. Can you identify the name for us? Is it on this?
Sorry, one moment.
We've been very busy, so these are hot off the press. Copied these before we got the name.
Kathleen Davis is her name.
Okay, thank you so much. Kathleen Davis for item 5. We've rate of pay, Mr. Radich? Do we want to move on and then come back to personnel? We can vote on it when we come back and we can get clarification on that.
All right, skipping ahead to education. There were 5 items last week that we approved and 4 new items for today. Are there any questions or comments in education? Items 1 through 4. Do I have a motion to approve items 1 through 4 in in education? Moved by Mike.
Second.
Second by Jason. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries for education. Nothing in transportation or athletics. Construction, there are 6 items for today. Any questions, comments? Construction, items 1 through 6. So I have a motion to approve items 1 through 6 in construction. Moved by Rebecca. Second by Esther. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries for construction items 1 through 6. Miscellaneous, we have 1 action for today. Superintendent recommends board approval of the revised policy 237 electronics devices. Do I have a motion to approve this policy?
So moved.
Moved by Esther. Oh, wait, are there any questions? Sorry. All right, moved by Esther. Second by Mike. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. You good?
Yeah, sorry for the delay. She would start at a probationary rate of 1706 per hour, and then after 45 working days, her rate would change to 2132 per hour.
Okay, for personnel, were there any questions on 1 through 6? Or 1 through 5 personnel? Do I have a motion to approve items 1 through 5 in personnel?
So moved.
Moved by Tom, second by Rebecca. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And we do have Mr. Snyder here today. Congratulations.
while I have both Mr. Snyder and Mr. Warfield here, the amount of time and energy and just excellent work that the entire tech team has done to prepare for tomorrow. I know it is always a challenge, and everybody wants to be that priority to be ready for their students. And they have done just a wonderful job this year preparing for welcoming our staff back last week and welcoming our students back. So kudos to both of you and the rest of your team. You guys have done an outstanding job, and congratulations, Nick.
Solicitors report,
No report for me.
committees. I don't have anything. Rebecca? Esther for PSBA?
Yeah. The Pennsylvania Department of Education has $8 million in funding to increase school psychologists and deliver mental health services to students in high-need schools across the state. Also, the PSBA School Leadership Conference for 2026 is in Kalahari Resort and Convention Center in the Poconos, October 18th and 20th. If anybody is interested in going to that, look it up on the website. That's it.
Thank you. Parkway West. Tom Mercer?
Couple of quick notes. Successful parent orientation and open house on August 13th. And smooth first day for students, August 19th.
Thank you. Shazda, Joe?
Nothing new from Shasta. Just want to wish staff, students, and families a very successful start to the 26-27 school year tomorrow morning.
Hope those computers don't crash. We better not, right? Is that what you said?
All right, so that'll wrap it up to, I have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Joe, second by Rebecca. All in favor?